Hello everyone. Welcome back to another session of Science at Your Tips. Today in this session we are going to learn about acid and base. Children, you may be wondering why madam is explaining this much simple concept. We have learned so many years from 6th to 5th class onwards we are learning what is acid, what is base. In 7th class we have acids, bases and salts. Again in 10th class also we have that lesson. Then why madam is explaining this much simple concept. But here children, some members will be confusing how to identify whether carbon dioxide is acidic or not. Maybe saying that when it is reacting with water it forms carbonic acid, so we can say this is acidic. Some substances like ammonia is given for you and they will ask you whether it is acid or base. Then it is very difficult for you when you don't know these theories. Here we should have the concept in our mind, but don't learn so much deeply these all theories, but just concept should be there in your mind. That is the thing. That is the reason I'm explaining. I wanted to explain these three theories for you. So first theory we have, which is given by the scientist known as Arrhenius. He said that any acid which will be able to give its H plus ion whenever it is dissolved in the water. The substance which dissolves in the water and produces H plus ion, that can be termed as acid. And whichever substance is able to dissolve in the water and produces OH minus ion, that can be termed as base. The substance which is able to produce H plus ion is known as acid. Substance which is able to dissolve in the water and produce a OH minus ion is a base. Then what is neutralization? Whenever acid is reacting with the base, it forms salt and water. So this reaction we can call it as neutralization. These three definitions we have to learn. Acid is the substance which produces H plus ion in the water. Base is a substance which produces OH minus ion in the water when it is dissolved. And acid and base react together to form salt and water, which is known as neutralization reaction. Okay, then examples for this. The substances which are able to release the H plus, that is nothing but proton. Why we call H plus as proton? That also you have a doubt. Why we call like that? Because H plus, if you take hydrogen first, hydrogen contains only one electron and one proton. I am taking the example of the first isotope of hydrogen. We have protium, deuterium, tritium. In that I am taking only protium. I am not considering the deuterium and tritium here, children. So in this hydrogen we have only one electron and one proton. If one electron is removed, it becomes H plus. Then what are the subatomic particles present in that? Only one proton. So instead of writing the symbol P for proton, we can use H plus. If you go for P again, you may be confused with phosphorus. So that's why we don't use regularly that P letter for proton. Some members may be writing P plus, but again it will be confused with phosphorus. So let us write this as H plus. Every time we'll write like that only. So these are the three definitions according to Arrhenius. Acids example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid. Then bases examples, sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide and so on. But this theory was unable to explain the acidic nature and basic nature of some more substances which are unable to produce any H plus ion. As I was saying, ammonia. Ammonia is basic in nature. How ammonia is basic in nature? It's not explained here because it doesn't produce any H plus ion. It doesn't produce any OH minus ion. But if you take ammonium hydroxide, it is a base according to Arrhenius because it is able to produce OH minus ion. Now let us go to the next theory, Bronsted and Lowry theory. Both of them together they have given one theory, and according to this theory, any substance which is able to donate its proton to other substance, is a Bronsted-Lowry acid. If any substance is able to accept that proton, that is known as base. For example, let me take A and B. Two substances are there. A is able to donate its proton, it becomes acid. B is able to accept that proton, it becomes a base. But one small thing is there here, children. We have to remember that Some substances will be able to produce their proton, they are able to donate their proton, and they are able to accept proton also. Means depending on depending on the substance which is there near them, because which is opposite to them, based on that they may be accepting the proton or they may be releasing the proton. Let me take water. Water accepts the proton, acts as a base. Water releases the proton, acts as a acid. So in according to Bronsted-Lowry theory, we just check whether it is able to give the proton or accept the proton. If it is able to do the both the things, then we are going to consider that as acid and also base. See, generally water, when you take according to Arrhenius theory, it is not acid, it is not base, it is neutral. But according to Bronsted-Lowry theory, this water becomes a base and also acid. So how it is, once we'll check. Now here we have water. From this water, it is able to produce H plus ion and OH minus ion. Actually, you know already that distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. It will not ionize, but when we add some salt or acid or base, some substance there, then only electricity can be passed and it will dissociate into these ions. So H plus and OH minus ions are formed. Means proton is coming out from water. Water is able to release the proton out. So it becomes the acid here. Even OH minus, let me take OH minus. What is the nature of OH minus here? This also releases the H plus ion. How? H plus ion along with that O minus 2 or O2 minus. Hydrogen plus ion is produced here, proton is produced out. So whenever the substance is able to produce a proton, it becomes a acid. So these two are acids here now. Then let me take the same substances and I will explain that as base. I said no, some substances will be acting like acids and also bases according to the situation. So here let me take water. Now already I said that water is able to release a proton, but it is able to accept that proton also. Even in our 10th class also we have seen H plus ion which is related to the water in the aqueous solution. It will not be in the form of H plus ion only, but instead of that it will be reacting with the water and it forms hydronium ion whose formula is written as H3O plus. So this water is going to react with this H plus ion and it forms a H3O plus hydronium ion. Okay, then let me take this OH minus ion. OH minus ion also will be acting like a base. Here I have explained like acid. Now here I will explain like base. OH minus is able to accept that H plus ion and it forms a H2O. So this explanation I am giving for proving that they are bases. And here I have given the explanation that they are acids. So little bit confusion will be there here, but just to see if they are able to release the proton, acids, if they are able to accept the proton, bases. If they are able to do both the things, then we can consider them as both acids and also bases. Now here in this Bronsted-Lowry theory, one small thing is given here, like we can say pair of substances which are differing with one proton. One pair of substance if you take, if they are differing with one proton, that can be called as conjugate acid base pair. Conjugate acid base pair. Now let me take water. Let me take water and OH minus ion. Both of them are differing with one H plus ion. So we can consider these two substances as conjugate acid base pair. What is the conjugate base for this OH minus? H2O, if it is considered as acid, then we can say that OH minus is the conjugate base for water. If I consider water as a base, then conjugate acid becomes, by adding H plus for this, we are going to get H3O plus, right? If I take OH minus as an acid, then what is its conjugate base? O2 minus. Okay. Now like this. So like this we have some of the substances which we can define them or which we can give like the example for conjugate acid base. Now let me take this sulfuric acid. If sulfuric acid is identified as acid, I am saying if because it is able to produce a H plus ion. So when after releasing H plus ion, it becomes a HSO4 minus, hydrogen sulfate or bisulfate ion. So bisulfate is a conjugate base for sulfuric acid. Then if I observe HSO4 minus as an acid, because this is also producing H plus ion and SO4 2 minus. Then what is its conjugate base? SO4 2 minus. SO4 2 minus becomes the conjugate base. Like that. Just to see that the substances should differ with one H plus ion. Should differ with one H plus ion. If H plus ion is added, they will become the conjugate acid for the starting substance. If you are removing the H plus and you get the substance, then that substance, final substance, becomes the conjugate base for the starting substance. Okay, then let us see the third theory here, which is known as Lewis theory. According to this theory, any substance which is able to donate one electron pair, any substance which is able to donate its electron pair to other substance, that is known as Lewis base. Up to now, donating is done by acid, but here we are saying base. Here electron pair is donated, that substance is identified as a base. So here what happens, children? After learning about chemical bonding, you will get a clarity about this. After formation of covalent bonds, some substances will be having extra electron pair, which is known as lone pair of electrons. Lone pair of electrons on the central atom. Like if you take water, oxygen is the central atom. If you take ammonia, nitrogen is the central atom. So in that, above that central atom will have one lone pair which is not shared with the other atoms. So that lone pair is ready with the substance. It is able to donate its electron pair for any other substance. For any other substance means that substance in the sense, it may be atom, it may be some molecule, it should have one empty orbital. If it is having one empty orbital, then the starting substance, that is a base, can donate its electron pair. So here I'll give the definition again. If any substance is able to donate the electron pair, it becomes a Lewis base. Like let me take the example here, ammonia. Ammonia I'm taking here. This is having extra electron pair with that. So ammonia is identified as Lewis base. Then let me take one more example, BCl3, boron tetrachloride. Boron tetrachloride becomes the not base, it is acid, because it is having empty orbital. Because it is having empty orbital, so BCl3 is identified as Lewis acid. So according to Lewis theory, we have a base is a substance which is able to donate its electron pair. Acid is a substance which is able to accept the electron pair. Okay.